welcome back. So this is number 4 in our Alexandria 1. So the next one we're doing is Introduction to Alexandria. When you start this will most likely be the first one you do. It is, the first thing. I personally started with the Romans because, it was the shorter and I could get it done in one go. Egyptians ate while reclining on one elbow. Couches, chairs, and other furniture would thus be used for other rooms. Egyptians were so worried about mummified bodies being lost that they would make a miniature beeswax model as a spare. That's interesting. Herodotus reports believe that in Egypt, men stayed home to tend the loom while women ran the markets. Interesting. Introduction to Alexandria. Oh, this is not the first one. Never mind. Ignore silly old me. Introduction to Alexandria. Number of stations, 8. Region, Alexandria. Learn about the city of Alexandria and the Canopic Way. Estimated time, 5 minutes. Let's get started.
Welcome to Introduction to Alexandria.
Okay, let's just in case.
After conquering Egypt in 331 BCE, Alexander the Great decided to build a new city, which, as per his habit, he named after himself. After his death, Alexandria quickly became the capital city of the Ptolemaic kingdom and the most important city of the Greek world.
Battle of Issus between Alexander and Darius III, 2nd century BCE. Musée Archéologique National, Naples, Italia. Photo copyright Archives Alinari, Florence. Distributed by Roman Grand Palais. Luciano Pedicini. My apologies for my butchering of the Italian language.
The city was built between the Mediterranean Sea and Lake Mareotis, which resulted in Alexandria becoming a crucial cultural hub and trading center.
Overview of Alexandria, 1995. Copyright Jean-Claude Gauvin, which we see again a zoomed out portion of that amazing map. Which I think is Lake Mareotis behind it. Yeah, it must be Lake Mareotis. Excuse me, Mr. Greek man. Thank you.
Sumptuous buildings could be seen wherever one turned their gaze. The royal palaces, the many temples, the gymnasium, lush public gardens, and large avenues.
Alexandria Palace Caplochias, 2016, copyright Jean-Claude Gauvin. And again, we see, I believe, another picture from the Cleopatra chapter. But still, an amazing thing. I mean, just look at the detail. It's beautiful. Well done, Jean-Claude. I salute you, sir. Random student of history's salute means anything.
With its incomparable beauty and advantageous geographic location, Alexandria attracted foreigners, intellectuals, and traders. One of the most cosmopolitan cities of the ancient world, Alexandria supplanted even Athens as the most important Greek city in history.
Center of Alexandria, 2016. Copyright Ubisoft, though this looks like a piece of Jean-Claude Gauvin's work. Regardless, that's what it says on there. Could be some legal loophole. Oh well, none of my business.
Whoa.
Egyptian obelisks were highly prized by Roman architects.
1 second. That was...
While Roman design previously favored the use of a single monument, Egyptian obelisks tended to come in pairs and were generally located at the entrance of temples. Several ancient Egyptian obelisks are still in existence today, though many are spread out across the world in locations such as Paris, Rome, New York, and London. All of this shows that Alexandria was significantly influenced by the rich past of Egypt.
Yeah, apologize for that weird bug. That was very odd. Anyways, there's the text. Obelisk, Paris, Concorde, 2016, copyright Ubisoft. Very pretty.
Alexandria had several main streets. Its most famous artery was the Canopic Way. It was lined with sumptuous buildings, houses, and temples, and was roughly 8 kilometers in length. This street was one of the most important shipping entrances to Alexandria, and often hosted processions and festivals.
Fascinating. It looks like they had to scale it down because, you know, video game. Alexandria, Canopic Road, 1995, copyright Jean-Claude Gauvin. And this is a fun little thing that you don't see too much of in here, which is good. All of the paintings back in the day were painted realistically. So you'd get very creepy, human-like giants staring down at you. So like all those statues you see in the distance, and that statue up there would have been painted like this. However, the makers of Ubisoft, well not Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Origins, decided, yeah, that'd be a little creepy to have all of those kind of things staring down at you like pasty white vampires. Calm down, Aya. And so I think they only did a few of them where it mattered. So good on them, because yeah, I'd rather not be kept up at night.
The width of the street, 30 meters, was abnormally large even by Greek standards. This is likely because the Canopic Way was made in a short span of time and based on an urban plan, as opposed to being slowly built over time, as was usual for the era.
Alexandria, Canopus, 2016 art by Martin Deschambault, copyright Ubisoft.
The Canopic Way originated in the western cemeteries, skirted the gymnasium, and then exited the city to head east through massive doorways towards Canopus. This structure was known as the Canopic Door.
Fascinating. And that is the end to Introduction to Alexandria. Bizarrely, the fourth or fifth? Fourth. One on the passport theme of bobber. So, yeah, I think that's all for this video. I'll be moving on to the next one in a bit. Yeah, have a good day, everyone.